Hello everyone, my name is Pixel Riffs. I have, the worst case of morning voice. Hello, how are you all doing? Welcome to a kind of impromptu live stream. I figured we would just kind of hang out and, gosh, my hair looks terrible as well. Good, morning voice, terrible hair. Excellent, good start to the day. I figured we would just hang out and do some shenanigans on Decidedly Vanilla because I have a project. If you guys have seen the latest video, I have a project where I'm working on a kind of terraforming thing in a lake, and it's boring as all heck, and I want company. So hello, you are my company. Thank you for turning up and supporting your friendly neighborhood streamers. How is everybody doing today? Hello to Rohit, Gongo Gaming, Dry9 Gaming, The Expert, Delta Tents, Kyle's Gaming, Core. Hello, Core. You're also on the server still, I think. Yeah, there you are. Hello, Caleb Man. Pula, there's a couple of other people, Banana Jam, if you're still hanging out. Bloodcraft, welcome along, great to see you. We're here. Here we are, in the DV land, and this is Nessie, who you guys will have met in the most recent episode. Nessie is definitely the name that's stuck so far, but I will probably come up with some kind of, like, robot name for it that will inevitably also spell out the word Nessie. Excuse my occasional throat clearing. It is 9:45 a.m. I've been awake for about 45 minutes, or at least I've been up and walking around for 45 minutes, so I have not yet really used my voice a whole lot much. Core is still on the server. Yes, Core basically just logged in and is probably working on his own project, namely getting the ship uncrashed. Do I have sound? Is sound a thing that's happening? Can you guys hear the game at all? Okay, cool. It is actually happening. Let me turn those up ever so slightly. Also going to get some music on in the background so we can chill. Retron, Retro One. Thank you for saying you enjoy the one chunk build. I am having a lot of fun with that series, and probably later today I'm going to be working on the latest one, which I think is going to be like a Japanese style castle. It's going to be a really interesting build. I've not really done a lot of stuff in that style, so I'm looking forward to it. Straight out of 254, welcome to the stream. Great to have you on board. And Pixel Musical, hello. Badubs. who is Badubs? Welcome along, Badubs, if you're in the chat. Hello. You can hear it. Good. Okay, good to know. All right, let me get some music on in the background as well. Yeah, I have my game audio coming out through the speakers today because I'm very professional. And I hate wearing headphones a lot of the time, and yeah, so it's kind of difficult for me to hear the sound, but I also didn't want to completely blow out the microphone. So let's get some music on. Let's put on some of this and let's chill. There we go. That should be piping through for you guys. Why don't I do a medieval one chunk house? Well, the rustic house kind of is, right? Like, and medieval houses have been done to death in Minecraft. I want to explore a few different styles before we really get stuck into stuff like that, and people have been asking me for all kinds of stuff. Oh dear, RIP Core, sad times. Should do a collab with Grian. Yeah, I think I'm kind of small fry compared to Grian, so I don't really see that happening. He's also, from what I've heard, notoriously hard to collab with, but, you know, that's probably because he's got a brand to protect at this point, so I completely understand. Yeah, Gravity is what crashed us here, Core, so I feel like you and Gravity have some beef to work out. Collab with Zloy. Yeah, I do that pretty much every week, so that's called the Hermitcraft Recap. You can watch that at youtube.com/hermitcraftrecap. We just reached 50,000 subscribers on that channel. Massive thank you to everyone who supports that channel. It's really awesome to be a part of. It's the most fun thing I do, the most rewarding thing I do that I don't get paid for. But we joke about that stuff, but really, like, yeah, we've had the we should get paid for this discussion a couple of times, and it kind of makes sense that we don't, because we're using clips from other people's videos. Like, clip show stuff is always a little bit dodgy in terms of intellectual property and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into it. It's 9:45 in the morning. Hello to anyone who's just joined the chat. Wooter, subscribe to Pixel Riffs. Thank you very much. Lower the music volume a little bit. I could do that for sure. Just let me get to the relative safety of this little bit of land. Lower the music volume. Okay, keep the game audio as high as it currently is, but turn the music down just a little bit so you guys can enjoy that while my voice is not being overwhelmed by it, because, yeah, I tend to talk a little quieter in the mornings. Hi Fibro Wolf, welcome to the stream, great to have you on board. So yeah, basically all I want to do for the time being is clear out the sand and gravel from the bottom of this lake, maybe scoop it out a little bit more so that it's a bit more regular and so that Nessie doesn't kind of bottom out underneath there. And then the ultimate goal is to be... Oh, the rain is the worst. The ultimate goal is to have it all kind of terraformed, sort of like we have over here. A bit of soul sand, some coarse dirt, leaves, sugarcane growing up from the bottom as plants, and as suggested by Awooga, my good friend Awooga the other day, mushroom blocks. Mushroom blocks are actually pretty good at representing mud, and they don't quite fit in colour-wise with the rest of these blocks, but I'm kind of looking forward to using a few more of those in the lake over here and using them in a larger area. I think they'd probably be best over a larger area. Pixel Roof deserves more subs. Thank you, Rohit. Well, if you feel like sharing out my channel to people and getting them to join the stream, getting them to watch my videos, that is how I'm going to get more subscribers. So if you think I deserve more subscribers, that is kind of up to you guys to get my channel out there. Share it on Twitter, or just like send a link to your friends, whatever means you have to share the channel. It is greatly appreciated when you guys do that. Hello Lego Brickser, welcome to the stream, great to have you on board as well. Got about 24 people watching the stream right now. It's pretty average, pretty good. It has been a while since I've streamed. I used to do this a little bit more, but then stuff gets a little bit hectic. I was away for a few weeks. I wanted to get video content done, that kind of thing. Now, I have a bunch of stuff pre-recorded that's coming out later this week, but today, yesterday and today, I don't really have anything scheduled. So Terraria is going to start tomorrow. Pretty excited about that. But yeah, today I didn't really have much programmed, so I figured I may as well do a quick stream for you guys this morning. And I'm not sure how we're going to go for. Probably about, like, I don't know, a couple of hours maybe. Just until I've got a little bit of this work done and I can get on with recording some other stuff. Because, yeah, I never like projects to take a huge amount of time. Get this flint out of here, I don't want that flint. Yeah, I never like these projects to be like, you know, I'm terraforming a lake on camera for 5 episodes, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of want to get this done so I can move on to other things and show you guys something new. That's the idea. Why am I so good at commentating during streams? Well, having a chat really helps, because then I can react to questions like that. So if you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and fire them at me. I am usually willing to answer pretty much everything. Obviously, personal questions I might have to vet a little bit, but, you know, it's fun to just hang out and talk. The other thing is, it's just something you get used to after doing this for a while, because once you've done some commentary on YouTube or on streams, you kind of get into the habit of saying whatever comes into your head. You have a very quick filter that happens, but aside from that, you just say whatever. You talk about what you're doing, you talk about how your day is, you ask people in the chat how their day is, that kind of thing. It all just adds up, you know? Your Minecraft has an error when you enter the world, you get 0 FPS. Well, just try updating everything. It's usually the way these things work. Update everything. Update your Java, update your graphics card settings, stuff like that. Maybe your computer might just not be good enough to run Minecraft right now, but then again, Minecraft is designed to run on really low spec hardware sometimes, so yeah, I'm not sure what I can do to help. If all else fails, look up some guides online, post your crash logs if you've got them on the Minecraft Reddit. See if people can help you out there, I don't know. There are a few different possibilities there. Have I watched Camp? Or are you talking to someone else? I don't know. I've not watched any of Camp. I do like Rooster Teeth's stuff, though. I find it pretty entertaining. I'm really looking forward to Genlock when that comes out. I really want to see them make a mecha show, so that's going to be a pretty awesome show, I think. I watched their podcast where they talk about anime, like the animation department has their podcast, and that is always a lot of fun. A little bit sweary sometimes, but a lot of fun. When do I think I'll make another one chunk build? It should be coming out on Saturday. I still need to do the recording and stuff for it, but I have a pretty good idea of what it's going to be. Like I said earlier on in the stream, I'm probably going to do a Japanese castle next, which are really cool because they've got a lot of height to them. They have like multiple stories, a lot of layers, and that's kind of useful when you're doing one chunk builds because you need to work with height and not like width, because you don't have enough space to work with width. And I know a lot of people in my comments turn up and say, like, you need to build a proper, like, one chunk build that's 16 by 16 by 16, but that's not how Minecraft currently loads chunks, so I'm working with that until they until they implement cubic chunk loading. I'm going to continue using the full height of the chunks I've got. I need to make another chest because, oh my gosh, I am running out of storage space in this one. There's a ton of stuff in there that I probably should throw away, but you know what? Let's just make another chest here. Who's my favourite character from Ruby? I haven't really watched much of Ruby either, but in terms of the cast, I like all of them. I'm a big fan of Barbara Dunkelman because she puns, and you know, that runs in my blood as an Englishman. Kind of can't resist the puns. Oh, so much gravel, but we're going to be getting a ton of gravel anyway, so we'll just dump it in there and continue. What is my texture pack? This is actually a combination of a few different texture packs. I have the water and the sky, although you can't see it right now because it's raining. From Lively Default, I have the dark oak and acacia leaves from B00-100's texture pack, and I also have a texture pack that was essentially made for me by Dnator Games, which just displays terracotta blocks the right way round in your hand when you're holding them, because it makes them a lot easier to place. Although I haven't worked with terracotta much in this series so far. I do plan to at some point, but obviously the main issue is finding places to use it, and I have not yet really found a place where I think it would fit. Even putting it at the bottom of this lake wouldn't really work. You wouldn't be able to see it much anyway, but like the patterns and stuff just wouldn't really fit, you know? You missed the Ask a Minecrafter. I kind of miss doing that show as well, but it wasn't really getting enough views for the amount of effort I was putting into it, so I kind of decided to call a halt to that series there and work on other stuff. And I think you guys will probably agree that the one chunk builds are a little bit better than Ask a Minecrafter, both in terms of what they actually provide you for information. You know, if people want a tutorial build or they want inspiration, they can get both. And they're also vastly outperforming that series in terms of views. Like, I think Ask a Minecrafter, the most viewed video is the one about how to make Minecraft videos, which is a pretty obvious one because a lot of people who are new to the Minecraft YouTube scene want to know how best to make videos. But yeah, like the one chunk castle video has over 250,000 views now, which is still absolutely blowing my mind. I cannot thank you guys enough for the amount of support you've shown on that series. It's so cool. Hello Captain Ninja, welcome to the stream, great to have you on board. So yeah, another one chunk build probably coming out this Saturday, as long as I can get it all recorded. I have a bit of other real life stuff to take care of this week, so hopefully that doesn't get in the way too much, and obviously I have work and stuff I need to do, but I have committed to getting these tutorials out on Fridays or Saturdays if I possibly can. It also nicely coincides with the Hermitcraft recap, so I can always, you know, drop a drop a note at the end of the script saying, come and check out my latest video if I feel like it needs promoting. But the thing about that is it's become less and less effective to do it that way, because a lot of the people who would go and subscribe to my channel or go and watch my videos from the recap already have. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, like anyone who's come over from that audience basically already knows about the tutorials I do and gets them to their subscription feeds anyway. So yeah, it's becoming less and less necessary to promote my videos through the recap, which is pretty cool, because in the last, I guess, 2 months, my channel has more than doubled in size, which is nuts. What are we doing in this video? Terraforming. We are digging out all of the sand and gravel and stuff from this lake so that Nessie has a nice clean environment to work in already, and I'm going to do some terraforming and stuff. Going to make the lake look like the little patch of lake over there, so leaves and sugarcane and stuff coming up from the under the water, that kind of thing. I have an absolute ton of sand. The byproduct of this is that I get loads of sand and gravel, which is going to be great for all the concrete I need to make for other projects. So that works. Who's my favourite hermit? I can't choose. It's like asking a parent to choose their favourite child. And yeah, I can't do that. Couldn't do that to myself. Yeah, I've definitely had a few of the hermits that I've watched for a long time. Like B-Dubs I've watched for a while. Definitely not since he like started his channel or anything, but I've definitely watched him for as long as I've watched any of the others, that's for certain. I have a few others that I really enjoy watching, and everybody else, you know, I enjoy watching them all, but it's just a matter of who I feel like is the most entertaining and the most aligned with what I do, like what I like to do myself, which is B-dubs, really, because he does all the building. You guys know me, I'm a builder. I'm gonna chuck out the stone and the andesite. I don't really need those, and I kind of want to not be spending so much time coming back and forth to the chests. Can I give a shout out to Sarah for you? Hello Sarah, shout out to you. I hope you're having yourself a wonderful day. Shout out to everyone in the chat individually. Why not? Let's do those now. No, for real, like I can give you people shout outs all day, but the best thing is just to sit here and have a chat. Like, ask me questions. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. I find that so much more appealing than the whole shout out culture that you get on YouTube right now, because you're just going to be, you know, you're going to be mentioned for half a second and then it's going to be gone. And what benefit does that have, really? You get somebody to say your name, big deal. I would much rather have somebody think long and hard about some stuff that I'm asking them. Give me an honest answer to an honest question. Hello Wolfpack, welcome to the stream. Great to have you on board. Well, welcome along. Have I ever touched command block programming? Not really programming. I know a few things you can do with commands, like I've tinkered with them a little bit, but it's not my jam. I'm not really a technically minded person, so yeah, when it comes to stuff like that and stuff like redstone, I tend to fall off a little bit when it comes to Minecraft stuff. But yeah, I can do bits and pieces. I've noticed that functions are basically replacing command block contraptions lately, in terms of like the more simple stuff, at least the stuff that it's not necessary to do in game. And so I feel like, if anything, functions are going to be more important lately. We have a couple of functions set up on my server, my personal Minecraft server, the one that I set up for my patrons, but those were actually provided to me by a patron who was like, hey, I can help you out with that, which was really awesome. Maxi, hello, you haven't missed much. We are basically doing the same thing for this entire stream. We're just terraforming the lake that you might have seen in my most recent Decidedly Vanilla video, and I figured it would be nice to do that on camera with you guys, because I didn't have any videos planned for yesterday or today, so having a little bit of free time this morning would be kind of fun to do some of this. How do I record the recap with Zloy? We take notes on about half the hermits each. So I do, let me think, I do all of the NHO guys, so Doc, Vintage Beef, Etho, and B-Dubs. I take notes on Impulse, Python GB, Joe Hills, TFC, XB Crafted, maybe a couple of others, I think. And then Zloy does all of the other guys. So he has Azuma, False Symmetry, iJevin, Tango, Zeta, those guys. And yeah, we take notes and summarize and get video timestamps of all of the significant stuff that happened in the week. We get together on Discord, have a voice chat, laugh at each other for about half an hour, and then actually write a script. Yeah, like our script session started off with him writing the script and then me just recording it, and since then it's become a bit more of a collaborative process. So we have a voice chat every week where we just write the script together now, and it's a lot of fun. We laugh a lot. We make jokes, usually at each other's expense, and then we get a script together, and then I record it using my recording software here at home. So we disconnect from the voice call, so Zloy isn't always hanging out in the background while I record stuff. And then I get the thing recorded, send it over to him, he edits together all of the clips he's downloaded, and then it gets uploaded by him as well. That is the recap process in a nutshell. Who needs to go to bed when Pix is streaming? You need to go to bed. Why are you here? No, I'm kidding. It's lovely that you're here. Thank you for showing up. But if you do need to get some sleep, then I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm an advocate for sleep. Sleep is very handy. In fact, I would probably be asleep right now were it not for the fact that I have the urge to stream and play Minecraft. It's not that it's late here, it's 10 in the morning here, but, you know, sometimes I like to sleep in. Especially in the middle of the week. Because that's the joy of working from home, is you get to stay up late doing work, and you get to have a lie-in when everybody else is, you know, pounding coffee on their commute. So much sand, so much sand. But we're making progress here. I mean, look at this. Look at the amount of this that no longer has sand. Alright, there's some exposed stone there, but we're going to cover that up later. This whole section over here basically doesn't have any left. It's going to look pretty good once we're done, guys. I'm excited. Can I tell Zloy that you, you like his jokes from the recap? Well, you can leave a comment on the video telling him that, you know? Like, you don't have to... Like, if Zloy reads basically all the comments on those videos, even the ones that tell him he's made a mistake. Which, there were a lot of those this week, which was kind of funny. Like, you know, I could make a lot of jokes about, you know, how everyone doesn't read the comments, because if they did, they'd know that every other person in the comments was leaving the same comment. But they were like, there was an editing mistake, you put B00's name over Mumbo Jumbo, and I was like... Yeah, leave that in the video, because it's going to be something for people to comment on. That's the funny thing as well. That's the thing people don't always realise about YouTube comments and the YouTube statistics and stuff in general, is that one of the ways YouTube promotes videos is through engagement, and that means if a ton of people leave comments, then that shows that the video is somewhat more engaging. And so there's actually a reason for people to leave mistakes like that in their videos. It's because they want to get more comments, and that means YouTube will promote their video in the search algorithm. And so it almost works in people's favor to leave in mistakes like that, so that their audience has something that they can comment on. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that we do necessarily. We haven't, like, intentionally made that mistake, but on seeing it, you're like, well, we could go back and spend an hour and a half editing and re-rendering this video and then re-uploading it, or we could leave it, gain maybe 200 or so comments that we wouldn't have had otherwise, and everyone can feel a little bit better about themselves for pointing out a mistake in the recap. Good time zone. Thank you. Yeah, I don't normally stream in the mornings. It's usually kind of mid-afternoon. I tend to consider the American audience from time to time, but it is nice to stream first thing in the morning. Also, my wife is still asleep, so I don't need to worry about, like, asking her to be quiet in the background or whatever, because, yeah, she's naturally being quiet 'cause she's asleep. But that's fine. She's asleep in the other room and I have the door closed, so hopefully don't have to worry too much about disturbing her. Have I ever played with any hermits? I have, actually. I play Destiny with Python GB right now, and yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's great to hang out with him on the regular. He's a really nice bloke. He's genuinely one of the nicest people you could meet. Like, the way he comes across in his Hermitcraft videos, that's exactly how he is in real life. Like, I have to say, like, he's every bit the person you know him from his videos. But also, yeah, I did a kind of a build battle challenge that System Z set up last Halloween with False Symmetry, Good Times with Scar, Wells Knight, a couple of their friends, and Zloy, and that was a lot of fun too. So that's actually still on my channel. If you guys wanted to go and check that out, you can. Why am I removing the sand? Basically, I want this entire lake to look a little bit more natural, and that means kind of streamlining the colors and stuff, like putting in stuff like soul sand, coarse dirt, mushroom blocks, kind of brown in general. Like, I want this to be more of a muddy lake than a sandy and gravelly one. So instead of having these patches of different textures everywhere, it's all going to be this kind of more uniform shade of brown, and then have leaves coming up from the bottom and stuff. There's going to be like nice healthy plant growth around, that kind of thing. So, like, here's an example, because I have this this funky patch over here that's already done. It's all basically going to look sort of like this. So there's like patches of soul sand along the bottom, there's leaves embedded in the ground there's leaves kind of coming up like kelp or whatever. I don't know what kind of plants like that you would find in a jungle lake, but I imagine there are watery plants that would grow up from the bottom. Probably some lily pads and stuff as well. I just haven't been able to farm those yet. Probably need to visit somebody's, somebody's AFK fishing farm. And like algae growing from the side and stuff like that. This is a feature that I showed off in my most recent DV episode, and I really love this. Like the texture, especially B-Dub's texture for those leaves, really works well as like an algae thing. That's why I should be looking where I'm going. Don't worry, there's some vines. We can get back out. Good times. Yeah, somebody has clearly come down here at some point and fallen down there. Yeah, I was looking up at the chat and just walked into that cave. That was good, wasn't it? That was good. Am I hyped about Minecon Earth? I'm very interested to see how Minecon Earth goes. I don't know if I will be having like a Minecraft party like they suggested. In fact, when Minecon Earth actually happens, I don't know where I'm going to be. I'm not sure if I'm going to be... yeah, I'm hopefully going to be living in a new place. That's kind of what's going on with me right now, is I'm in the process of finding a new place to live. Bye, parrot. See you later. Hope you enjoyed it here in the lake. But yeah, I imagine that I will watch the Minecon Earth live stream because, you know, why wouldn't you? But I'm more interested in the community events side of things because I've never been able to attend Minecon in person. The only time I ever went, I went to the Minecon site when it was in London, but I didn't get to actually attend the convention. I was just there to meet a couple of people from my server group. I met a couple of people from DV at Minecon. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing to see how it works out for them, to see whether this is received positively as a change or not. I think, yeah, the only disappointing thing is that people lose out on the idea that the entire community is going to come together in one place, and so, you know, they know for a fact that, you know, a ton of people from Hermitcraft are going to attend this one event, because if there's like a convention closer to the American folks, then they might go to that one, and the English people might go to an English event, a British event, and, you know, then suddenly you've split up that group. And it's going to be difficult for everybody to travel to multiple events. It's putting a lot of strain on the budget that those YouTube guys have to go and visit other events. So, like, I would love to attend a Minecraft event in the UK. I want to know that it's going to be a good quality thing, and I want to know that, you know, a decent portion of the community is going to be there. And yeah, I was actually watching one of Stampy's videos last night because, you know, I don't normally watch his day-to-day kind of Minecraft videos, but he made a quick, like, vlog basically about what he thought about Minecon Earth and that whole announcement. And he said the main thing is going to be, like, these smaller events, even though they're backed by Mojang, they won't necessarily have, like, the wow factor that Minecon has. Like, it won't be like going to Disneyland when you walk in and, like, all of the decorations are there, like the Minecraft trees are built there and stuff, and they have like a petting zoo for Minecraft animals and things. Like, it's not necessarily going to be the same as that. And obviously Mojang say they have standards and practices that they want to put in place to make sure that everyone has a good time, but I have a feeling that's a little bit more about like the safety aspect of those events than it is about, you know, the actual experience people have. Like, they want Minecraft to be represented a certain way, and that usually just means nobody getting into trouble. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all works out. I would love to attend some sort of community event sometime, and, you know, if my audience in that area is big enough, have like some sort of meetup, because it'd be really cool to meet people in person. But most of all, I just want it to go well, because I don't want there to be like a black mark on this server because of this decision they've made, you know, on this server, on this like community. I do the Hermitcraft recap and you love it. Thank you, Ben Fun. I love it too. I'm actually a really big fan of the Hermitcraft recap, which is weird to say considering that I do the voice for it, but so much of what goes into those videos is the editing and and the hermits themselves, you know, like the the stuff they've done in each episode. And I really enjoy waiting for it to come out when Zloy's done the edit and everything. Like I always really look forward to seeing what he's done with it and how everything comes together. So I'm still a fan of the Hermitcraft recap despite being so heavily involved. It's quite fun. Community events would be great because it's less overwhelming, but you can see the appeal of big events. Yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword because obviously, yeah, like the problem with Minecon is not as many people can attend, and yeah, it has the capacity to be overwhelming with just how big it is. And Minecraft, despite what people think about, you know, the game is dying, you know, they've made these changes and so forth, Minecraft is still kind of growing. You know what I mean? Like, Minecraft is growing and changing, and they have new updates coming to the Xbox and PS4 versions, and it's on Switch and everything. Hello, you? Yeah, you're getting killed because I want ender pearls. Hi. Hello. You stay there while I hit you. And yeah, I get the impression that... Oh, dang it, he teleported. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. He's back. He's back, folks. Back for round 2. Yes, ender pearls. That's what we need. 4 of them. Brilliant. Good work. But yeah, I get the impression that the community is still growing, and the more growth you see, the more trouble you have with people being able to attend community events, because it's like Stampy was saying, like less than 1% of the Minecraft community will ever be able to go to a Minecon if they keep doing something like Minecon. So sooner or later you've got to consider the growth model for that and how that's going to change. What's disappointing to me is that they don't have 3 Minecons now. They have 3 community events under the Mojang banner, but it's not like they're announcing multiple Minecons so that people can attend. It's like, well, we have to kind of piggyback off the community events because we don't have the capacity to run several Minecon events every year. So they kind of have to put their trust in the people who are running Minefair and Minevention and Blockfest and any other events that happen to be brought on board as a result of this change. It's going to be interesting to see how it works out. And I am intrigued to find out whether or not they will decide it was a bad idea and go back to doing Minecon in future years. I don't know. I really don't know. Got a spider hanging out on the edge of the lake here. The cool thing about this server is we have longer days than normal because of a command block setup we have that's rigged up to a daylight sensor, makes the days pass much slower. And so whenever it's nighttime, it's never nighttime for very long, which I really enjoy. And it's going to be very strange if I go back to doing default Minecraft stuff, how quickly the day is going to end. That's the one thing I'm worried about with that, is that it's going to ruin default Minecraft for me a little bit. But I do love it for building projects. Doesn't matter so much when I'm at the bottom of a lake, but for other building projects on the surface, it's going to be great. And I have a ton of stuff that I want to do around this lake after I'm done filling in the bottom of it. I just want to get this out of the way first. Made a lot of progress here though, which is very good. Oh, there's even more Endermen waiting for us in the trees. Come out to play, buddy. Love these gangly guys. You, get out of the way. I'll talk to your friend. Yeah, get wrecked. Get in the water and get wrecked. They don't like water. Bless them. Nice. How many more ender pearls do we get? 3. Amazing. Got 7 total. That's good going. We haven't been to the end yet. We don't have an ender on this server, so it's a little bit difficult to get hold of ender pearls a lot of the time. I don't know, what do you guys think? What's your opinion on the Minecon announcement? Are you guys excited for the live stream? Did you guys want to attend Minecon and you now can't? let's chat about that for a bit. Because that's all fresh and new. That's something that's only just happened. And hopefully you guys kind of read the whole announcement, so you guys know about the community event side of things, and it's not just Minecon is going away. The dirt looks so much better than the sand, and you like what you showed us in the video. Yeah, cool. It's hopefully going to look really good in a large scale. I haven't seen it done like this big before, so it'll be interesting to see how it looks once it's all finished, you know? And to be honest, this is a really major change for something that's actually going to be a pretty minor feature. Like, I don't know how much I'm really going to come out and look at this lake, but it is kind of central in my jungle area, so we'll see how it pans out. And like I said, the other side of this is that I get a ton of sand and gravel that I can use to make concrete powder, which is useful. Another lovely day in England, and it's raining. It's actually quite sunny here, which is nice. It said it was going to clear up over the next couple of days, so hopefully that's the same for you up in London. Are you enjoying England, Core? How is it? Skeleton shooting at me? Oh yes, there he is with his silver boots. Get back. Yeah, I think not. Never really cared to go to Minecon. Yeah, fair enough. Like, I can totally see as well that it's not always going to be the community's thing. So much of the Minecraft community exists online already that to them, going and watching a live stream is much more natural than going to a big community event. And obviously it saves on the travel cost for everybody, and it saves on people not being able to get tickets. Everybody can get their Minecraft news from the same source. That is the thinking behind it. It's like 2 AM for you. Go to bed, Cinnamon Turtle. What are you doing up? I think it'll be airing around 6 AM for you, feeling sorry for the Australians. Yeah, that's always the problem with programming something as big as that as well, is that it's never quite going to be accessible to everybody in terms of time zones. Like, they just have to plan it whenever they can, whenever makes the most sense. But it's only going to be a 90-minute thing, and obviously you'll be able to watch it back. It'll be like available on demand, and you know, the news is going to be repeated by every freaking YouTuber that you watch, so you probably won't have any trouble getting hold of the information after that. It's just whether or not you find out about it at the time or later. And it's funny, like, in today's society, I don't want to get too deep into this because this is a pretty big discussion, but in terms of today's society, there is so much value being placed on getting the information as it happens. Whereas, you know, back in the old days, people had to get news from newspapers. Like, they wouldn't know about something big until it happened. So, yeah, the idea that we now have to know about everything immediately on Twitter or through live streams and stuff is a very new concept. Like, relatively new. It's only really happened in the last, like, 10 years. It's like 24-hour news used to be, you know, a brand new thing. It's 2:21 AM and I woke you up. I did nothing of the sort. Why would I wake you up? I didn't send you a text message, did I? And if you got live stream notifications on your phone, then that's... I'm going to say that's your own fault. But welcome to the waking world. Great to have you on board. Thank you for joining the stream. We are terraforming a lake because Nessie needs somewhere to live. Reminds you of being in West Germany a bit with a bit more English. Yeah, that is true. That's true. We do speak a lot more English here than German. But yeah, I always forget that you were also a German resident for a while. And the fact that you call it West Germany is kind of funny as well, because there's not been a West and East Germany for a good long while. I mean, people maybe still refer to them like that in terms of the regions, just because, you know, it's like the west of England, but even so. Can't go to Minecon for geographical reasons, but you can watch live streams, so it appeals, and you can watch with your kids. Yeah, that is true. I imagine a lot of parents are now breathing a sigh of relief that they don't have to drag their kids halfway across the world to attend Minecon. That might be a positive aspect for players, although, yeah, like I said, it's like taking the kids to Disneyland. Let's go and repair this shovel at some point. Luckily, this is the only tool I have that's got mending. I was like, I need mending on my Silk Touch shovel because I'm going to need to get me some gravel. And it took me about 5 or 6 enchants just to get Silk Touch in the first place. never tasted cinnamon before, it's an interesting one. It's something it's so present in so many cultures. Like Americans, I find, tend to be really into cinnamon in stuff, whereas in the UK it only tends to get put in stuff that's baked. It's like a thing for, like, you know, apple pie or whatever. But Americans have like cinnamon candy and stuff, and that's completely different to the kind of stuff we have in Britain. So having married an American, having been married to an American for 6 years, I have opinions on cinnamon that not a lot of British people do. I quite like it, but it's one of those things that Americans have been consuming for a lot longer, I think. Oh, my leg's stiff. Been sat on my leg for too long. There we go. So we are almost done with this whole thing. Is that still some clay down? Oh no, that's that's the actual flipper. I was looking at that being like, what is that? It's the actual flipper. The actual flipper, the actual robot. I really like how this whole design came together as well. It feels like it's bio kind of mechanical. It's semi-organic. It's got the curve of the neck, but it's also got these bits, which definitely look like rotary flippers, you know? They don't look like natural limbs at all, because of this whole thing. Kind of looking forward to designing a few more of these dinosaurs. I'm dead keen on them having uses now, you know what I mean? Like this one is filtering the water around here. Kind of working out what other things I could build that will have some sort of environmental use. Like if I make an auto smelter, it's probably going to be another dinosaur. Like it's eating logs at one end and pooping coal, basically. That's the kind of thing I'm thinking about doing. Then again, first of all, I have to work out an auto smelter design that's going to fit inside a big robot. I did a bit more wiki searching, and it turns out that Horizon Zero Dawn basically did have the same idea as me. Like some of the robots, that it's not quite the same. Like they don't quite have like the environmental preservation uses, but they are meant to kind of be custodians of the environment to a certain extent, and then they get corrupted or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's a really good idea, which is why we've both had it. Let's crush this down to bone meal so we can pick up more of the sand. Stream keeps buffering for me. Is it okay for you guys? It may just be because I'm uploading stuff at the same time, you know, but hopefully you guys are seeing it alright. OBS doesn't seem to say it's dropped frames or anything, so it should be fine, but let me know. It could be that the chat is taking a while to catch up as well, so I'll wait to hear from you. Oh, so many blocks. But we're almost done. We've almost cleared out this entire thing. I'm pretty happy about. Whoa, okay, yeah, the chat just kind of caught up. What the heck? I need to refresh this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there's a ton of messages there that just weren't showing up on there for me. If it's looking good from your end, then cool. Good to see another stream. What have you missed? Not a great deal. We've basically just been terraforming this lake, like I said I was going to do in my latest DV episode. Welcome along, Ben. Good to see you. Stream is going well for core, which is good. Okay, so I have a ton of soul sand and stuff in here. And again, a ton of like sand and gravel and stuff. One of the other things I really wanted to do, which I wasn't sure if I was going to make it part of my next episode or just do it here on the live stream, is my problem with lakes and stuff in Minecraft, and my problem with water in Minecraft in general, is that all of the land around it ends up being flat. You know what I mean? Even if you have like an extreme hills biome that's going down into the sea, you'll always have like 1 or 2 blocks like this, and then water. There's never like rocks piled up against the side so the water could break over them or anything like that. It's always just flat ground, and then the water sort of starts at the same level. And so what I want to do around this lake is have rock formations and stuff, and maybe little caves that have been hollowed out by the erosion of the water constantly lapping at them, and have it feel a little bit more natural that way, because it's really not natural that a lake wouldn't have any kind of, you know, rock formations and hills and boulders and stuff around it. It doesn't have anything kind of growing up in the middle, that kind of stuff. And we want to make this look a little bit more natural, a little bit more realistic, is the plan. So we could probably do a little bit of that on this stream just as a kind of demonstration of what I mean. And that's why I've got all the stone and andesite and stuff in there, because like areas like this, there could just be this little kind of rock formation thing here, kind of sloping up on one side, maybe hanging over the lake here a little bit. People don't tend to think about that sort of stuff when they're looking around Minecraft landscapes, but that's the way things are. Like, it just doesn't look particularly natural a lot of the time. So then if I grab some of this stone, and we'll maybe make a little bit of cobblestone and some stairs and stuff as well, some stairs and slabs, to make it look a little bit more bouldery. But it will also be good to dig out some of this, like so, and then build it up from below the waterline. So you kind of got a bit of rock in there. It still slightly annoys me that slabs and stairs and stuff like that have that water bubble effect around them when you put them underwater. Like, obviously I understand why it works like that, but I do kind of wish it was possible to have them look seamless in default Minecraft as well, because I know there are resource packs and mods and stuff that let you do that, remove that water bubble kind of effect, but I just want it to be part of the default game. That's one of the aesthetic changes I would make to Minecraft. People tend to ask me, like, what changes would you make to Minecraft if you could? I'm like, that is close to the top of my list, I think, really. But yeah, having something, you know, at the very least like this, like a couple of little stones and rocks and that kind of stuff, and just makes it look so much more natural. Like, it's not just grass and then water. And like, grass probably wouldn't grow much next to water as well, because the water's going to rise and fall depending on the push and pull of the tides or the moon or whatever, and that tends to make the shores of these lakes muddy instead of grassy. So if we build up something like this... Yeah, I don't know why the chat keeps freezing for me, I'm not sure. It's having occasional, like, internet issues right now. Not quite sure what that is about. But yeah, having it overhang slightly like this. Like, it's not all that great right now. Kind of need to push it back in a couple of places, but it feels more natural to have it happen that way. To me, at least. There's little, like, gullies and stuff that the water can run off into. You went to Japan with your family and then signed up to a school's Japan study tour. That sounds awesome. Japan would be a really cool place to visit regularly. Like, I've never been myself, and I have a feeling it would be really, really fun. So that sounds like an excellent way to spend your time. So what I want to avoid is having it look too kind of blocky and stuff, though. That's the I mean, it's Minecraft. What can you really do? But even just, yeah, just having little stuff like this and have it overgrown with bushes, and maybe have the grass pile up on top of it even, but just have it be like that instead of just flat all the way around. Just makes so much more sense to me. Even having like a couple of bits come out of the water like this. And then we'll throw in some cobblestone slabs and whatnot and just make it all look a little bit more organic, I suppose. Even though it's not organic, it's a rock. Watching this at 4 AM. Go to bed! What are you doing? Thank you for turning up. Much appreciated. Really do like having a lot of people here. But, yeah, don't lose sleep over this stream, you know? Japanese one chunk house pretty accurate. That's funny, because I've been told both things, you know? I've been told that it wasn't that accurate and that I should have, like, done a little bit more research. And I've also been told that it was quite good. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, hopefully it was okay, and, like, yeah, my main thing is I want to make sure that I'm not, you know, insulting anybody by saying I know how to make this house, and actually I don't, but accuracy to the real world is less important to me than it is just to make a build that looks good in Minecraft, you know? Like, much as I hate to say it, like, I'm not in the business of making realistic reproductions. I'm in the business of making stuff that looks good for a Minecraft audience. Like, it's a video game, it doesn't have to look exactly like real life. If it does, then great, because that's an aspect of it that is interesting, but it doesn't always have to be 100% accurate, you know? You have some artistic license, put it that way. That's looking slightly closer to what I wanted it to look like. But yeah, I do think we need some cobblestone stuff in here, so let me go and find some of that. I've been silk touching so much of this stuff because I have an efficiency 5 silk touch that, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of cobblestone lying around as far as I can remember. Have we got some in here? No, there's probably a bunch back in the temple though, so we'll go and grab that. Which texture am I most excited to see changed? It's tricky. I'm really hoping that they implement proper textures for acacia and dark oak leaves, because I'm happy using B-dubs' pack for now, but if there are default ones, I'll probably just go back to default. I just want them to look different to oak leaves for once. And no cobble in there either. Wow, okay. I've really not been getting much cobble. But yeah, if you had different textures for the extra wood, then that would be really nice. Aside from that, I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do with... Oh, some mossy cobblestone would work a treat, wouldn't it? I'm interested to see what they do with some of the newer blocks, because some of those were created they were created by Jeb, so they kind of have Jeb's idea of what Minecraft should look like. But that's not necessarily everybody's idea of what should look like, and not necessarily the new artist's idea. And so it'll be interesting to see if Jeb has any input on those and says, like, I want that changed or I don't want that changed. You know, it's going to be interesting seeing if Purple changes, if Prismarine changes. I want to see if they have inverted textures for cobblestone and endstone. You know the way, like, endstone is basically the negative image of cobblestone. I kind of want to see if they still do stuff like that. Oh, this is going to look so much better. Check this out. Yeah, I want to see if they keep stuff like that, like, as a tribute to the way the original endstone texture was designed, if they still have it look like cobblestone, or if they just make different textures for both blocks. And they haven't really released anything about what cobblestone is going to look like yet. The one thing people spotted that was, like, in the background of another screenshot is not actually what the final cobblestone texture is going to be, so it was a little bit misleading. there like that. What does that look like? Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. It's got a bit more shape to it now. It's got a bit more of a flow. I like it when you get to give stuff flow like that. And maybe here as well. Maybe there. Yes. Yes, oh yes, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Could almost carve that out a little bit more and down. So if we do something like this, and then we kind of have it coming down that way. Just tear out a whole bunch of this, and then it's like a little cave, kind of a watery cave, and that's where we can put the mossy stone in. Yeah, good, good. Maybe in the back wall over here, you know? And the dirt can start creeping in again at this point because we're going down into the topsoil of the jungle, but nice patch of mossy stone there. That might look good. Liking that, liking that. Maybe carve out a couple of these little bits up here. Make that look less flat if we can. Some regular stone around it so it doesn't get too patchy. Because patchy is not what we want. Grab some andesite as well. Da-na-na-na. And then just have it filled up with water so it's not flowing down into it like that. Do I play any other games? I do, yes. Check out my channel and you will see that there are a bunch of other games I tend to play. I don't tend to play like a huge variety of stuff, but right now I'm playing Pyre, the new game from Supergiant Games, who made Bastion and Transistor and that stuff. I played Destiny with my buddy Python GB. I'm starting a new Terraria series tomorrow with the Cirque. And yeah, so I do a variety of stuff if I can. Mostly Minecraft though, because Minecraft is the stuff on my channel that gets the most views, and it's one of the games that really gets my creative juices flowing. And I like games having creativity as part of them. One of the interesting things about having played Pyre is that it's a game for the first time in a while that doesn't have a massive like open world to explore. It's more of a linear narrative sort of game, which might not be everybody's cup of tea, and obviously the series hasn't been doing as well as Minecraft does, but then nothing does as well as Minecraft does when it comes to this channel. I'm not known as a variety gamer, so people don't come to me for that, they come to me for Minecraft builds, and I'm happy to deliver, especially when it means I get to come up with stuff like this. I'm really happy with this right now. Excited for Terraria. Good, good, so am I. Yeah, me and the Cirque are having a lot of fun making that series so far. We've done a couple episodes already, so those will be coming out regularly on Thursdays, we hope. More variety of acacia would be good, not just the red acacia. Well, yeah, I guess there's some differences between how acacia looks in the real world and how it looks in Minecraft. It's kind of funny that this was labelled acacia when acacia wood doesn't always look like this. I feel like birch and oak are really the ones that feel most accurate to what they are. Like, jungle trees aren't even really a thing, you know? And I guess spruce kind of looks like spruce, but it can also look like, you know, a whole variety of other things. Do I know Starbound? I started to play Starbound a while back, but that series didn't do super well. I think mainly because people, you know, had seen a lot of Starbound gameplay when the beta was happening, and they weren't really into, you know, a new series of that. So I played the first few, you know, the first maybe couple of hours of the game, and then never really came back to it, which I felt was a shame, but it would also have been more fun if it was a multiplayer series or something. You know, it would have been more fun if there were other people involved, and it was just not something I could put together at the time. I also didn't really have the time because I was still playing a couple of other games, and Minecraft was taking up a lot of my time. Dark Oak is the most realistic. My builds on Hermitcraft are awesome. I did not build anything on Hermitcraft, but thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of the stuff in Hermitcraft was put together by Iskal's build team, of which I am not a member. Cool, really? Again? You're having a bad day, aren't you? I suppose you are repairing the spaceship, so it makes sense that you would be falling from high places. Let's go hang out at the zombie spawner and repair this this shovel, because I'm a little bit worried it's going to break on me. It's got unbreaking, and it's at 141 durability, but I can repair it, so I'm gonna. Probably gives me time to relax and get a cup of tea as well. So I need me some tea. I've only had 1 cup this morning so far. See you later, Bloodcraft. Thank you for hanging out. Much appreciated. Alright, let's switch this thing on. I'm going to AFK in here for a while, so enjoy the music and the zombie noises while I go and make myself a cup of tea. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Alright. We back. You can hear the zombies, can't you? Alright, let's get back into it. So, wait a second, did I? Ah, there you go. That's better. Zombles! Die! Die in all the fires. Let's get that spade in the offhand. There we go. There we go! Yeah, I got my laptop over here that I have the stream on so I can check that everything is running okay. Saber, welcome along. Great to see you. Shovel is a little over halfway done. It's about half baked. Oh, look at them sweet numbers. I love this spawner setup. It's literally the best. Yeah, get wrecked. Let's trade a bit more zombie flesh away to Desmond as well. What is my hair doing today? Let's go and put some gel in it. I haven't used actual gel for a while. Alright, this should be enough. This should get him going. Nice. Okay. That'll do, that'll do. Let's turn these off. Just wait for the rest of these guys to clear up. And I could probably drop off some of this stuff down here as well. Let's leave the clay in here, I guess. No need for clay right now. There's a little bit more cobble and stuff down here. Some smooth stone. I have tons of cobble down here and smooth stone. I can probably just throw in there with the rest of that. No worries. I need to get more mushrooms growing at some point. Don't need this potato. Potato's gonna tate. What kind of tea? English breakfast. Pretty much always. That's, yeah, it's my tea of choice. Your bog standard. Your Yorkshire Gold. Off to make dinner. Enjoy your dinner. Hope you have a good one. First stream you've watched and you're already loving it, keep them up. Thank you. Yeah, I really wish I had more time to stream, but a lot of my time is spent making regular videos. Oh, spoilers. Cover that up. Got my beacon down there, among other things. So, let's pop the ender pearls in there, why don't we? Put some torches in there as well, actually, and get some backup steak. I'm running low on the steak. The steaks are high, because they've been sat in there for a while. English tea is pretty good. Yeah, I do like my tea. I have yet to try a great variety of other teas, although, you know, I've had a bit of herbal tea in my time. I like my Earl Grey. I've not really tried a great deal of the other sort of like Assam and Darjeeling and the kind of the well-known tea varieties. Wow, that's a lot of glowstone. Okay, you're going to unlock your trade now like a good man. Thank you. Good lord, got to trade like 33 glowstone from the man before he'll give me rotten flesh back. Okay, so let's try and recoup the emeralds we just spent. And he locks up again. Lovely. Hello? Gonna unlock again? Oh, you swine. Okay, I guess I could trade for more glowstone or more lapis, I guess. Give me some lapis. Unlock your trades. Good. Good, okay. Okay. Yeah, they tend to be a little stubborn when it comes to this stuff. 2 trades, are you serious? Come on. Come on. Come on, fella, that's just not... It's not cricket. Ugh. Yeah, it's not going to be a profitable day, I can tell. I'm getting all the glowstone I could ever want, though. Reveal your secrets. He's like, nah, mate. None of that. Okay, can you trade anything else to these guys aside from gold? I hate the gold trade. Clerics are the worst, man. They just suck. No, it's all good. We'll be able to get our emeralds back. I just like being able to trade for this stuff. I don't want more ender pearls. The bottle of enchanting trade at Akbar is better. So let's have more lapis, I guess. Have you locked that one now too? Okay, good. Okay, now you're thinking. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, yes, this is good. This is good. 5. Might even unlock again after that happened. Yeah? Yeah, there we go. Just turn the rotten flesh for no reason. The stream has more viewers than the official Minecraft targeted streams on... What? My eyes are going slowly crossed. This stream has more viewers than official Minecraft streams on Twitch. Well, yeah, but I guess that's... You know, that's Twitch for you, isn't it? Not the Minecraft audience. Okay, so we got 2 emerald blocks worth back, which is a good start. Where'd our crafting table go in here? Let's make 1 block of that and then pop that back in the chest so we can keep track of our profits. Very good. And let's trade some lapis. And unlock again, please. Oh, you're the worst. Glowstone. Desmond, mate, you need to sort out your business practices for real. Okay, here we go. Getting back, slowly but surely. Unlock again, please. Des. I can't threaten you, that's the problem. Also, why is his neck broken? I think that's probably the issue. He wants all these emeralds so that he can save up for his, you know, spinal surgery or whatever he's got going on. Okay, that'll do for now. Hello Silent Shadow and Tyler Builds, welcome both of you to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. So much glowstone, so little time. Alright, let's throw the gubbins in there as well. Seeds, don't need those. Got a ton of ink sacks, which I guess I'll leave in here for the moment. Don't have any of those stored any... Oh, I do. Okay, good. Let's put them together so we know what's in there. And I guess I'll leave the green concrete in there as well. Don't really need that. Love the use of the villager. Just try and find some emeralds or leave them all together. Yeah, that's the thing. I really like emerald ore, and so I'll always silk touch emerald ore when I can find it, because you can just get as many emeralds as you want by trading. So if you want to get emerald blocks, mining emerald ore is not the way to go. It's one of the rarest blocks in the game, and then you just destroy it. It's such a weird way of going about things. Whereas, yeah, trading, you can get a stack. You can get an emerald beacon if you're smart with trading. What I really want to do is get a farmer down there and maybe get a micro farm in there somewhere so that I don't always have to trade with Desmond to get the emeralds. Because the best way of getting emeralds is to get a farmer and then just have farms for all the crops, basically. That's how the professionals do it. That's how everyone does it on Hermitcraft. Everyone who wants villagers, anyway. Alright, let's get the rest of this sand dug out. At the very least. Now we've done a little bit of rock terraforming. I think we can probably move on with the sand. And the other thing is, it doesn't all have to be like little kind of low rock formations. Like an entire kind of cliff thing could happen around one of these. Probably around one of the bends in the lake, so it's kind of got this corner vibe going on. That's kind of what I want to do. Hello Assault FX, welcome to the stream. Great to have you on board. Good to see you. Try and grab a great villager who gives me emeralds. Yeah, find a farmer. That's it, because you can trade to farmers. You can trade wheat, potatoes, pumpkins, melons, carrots. You can trade all of that and get emeralds back. And then each time you trade with them, it has a chance to unlock the trades that are already locked. So, yeah, you tend to find that farmers are the best way to go. And the most difficult thing about villagers is making sure that they don't, you know, attract zombies. And that's pretty easy if you know what you're doing. Didn't attend any live streams in the past few days. Yeah, I've not streamed for a while. I mean, I've been away for 3 weeks anyway. But, yeah, I haven't really had the opportunity to stream for a while. I haven't had the free time. Whereas this week, I'm kind of ahead of myself in terms of recording. I've got like 4 episodes of Pyre that haven't come out yet. I've got 2 episodes of Terraria recorded. I don't need to make a Decidedly Vanilla episode until next week. And then I have the One Chunk build coming out on Saturday. I'm pretty far ahead at this point, so that's the point at which I can relax and stream and work on some stuff. And I also wanted to get some stuff done before next week's Decidedly Vanilla episode, so that's why we're here. First YouTube stream, Rasmus. Cool, cool, good stuff. Glad you are enjoying it. Thank you very much for showing up. Glad you like the videos as well. I'm really more proud of my video content than I am my streams, to be honest. I always feel like streams feel, I don't know. It's nice to be able to chat to somebody, but the streams always feel way more downbeat. Because, like, I don't have as much energy. It's difficult to sustain the amount of energy you have in a video for that long an amount of time. But I like the energy I have in videos, which is why I like making videos more than I like streaming, really. Streaming is fun, though. It's really great to have an audience. It's good to chat to everybody one-on-one like this, you know? Alright, let's dig out the back end of this, and you'll find that the back end of Nessie actually kind of needs a little bit of work still. Like, I've cut some corners down here, quite literally, I suppose, because, there we go, get that out of the way. These ghost blocks are a pain, but at least it's easy to see ghost blocks when you're underwater. But yeah, like, I built the back end of the Nessie robot kind of into the ground over here, and then I wasn't able to build any further down without shifting some of the stuff around it, so there's a couple of things we will need to, I guess, tidy up down here to make it look like this is an actual functional thing. Because yeah, look at this. Got a gap in here. Although I kind of want to be able to get in here for something. This is what the inside of Nessie looks like. There's a parrot in here, apparently, who's just, I don't know, driving the thing. And there's some ice in here because Paige was walking around in here and had Frostwalker. Like the One Chunk Builds, Dennis Gaming, thank you so much. I'm having a lot of fun making that series, and I'm really happy that it's as popular as it is. Although the Witch Hut build didn't quite get as many views yet as some of the other ones have, but I feel like that's because it was a bit of a niche build, you know? It wasn't necessarily going to be as popular as, like, building a castle or an apartment block or something, you know? Not everybody is looking for tutorials on how to build a witch hut, and there are already witch huts in Minecraft already, so I can see how that one was less popular. Gonna get some cleaning done before Paige gets home. Have a good rest of the stream, Pix. Thank you, Core. Have yourself a good day, buddy. Say hi to Paige for me. Is my Terraria world up for download? What, the one that I already made? No, actually. And I'm not really that into, like, the technical aspects of Terraria, so I wasn't even aware that you could share worlds until recently and, like, download worlds and stuff. But no, I didn't end up making it available for download, and neither is the one I'm playing on with the Cirque, because he's hosting that. So, yeah, the save file is over there with him. But you never know, if the series gets that popular, then we might consider making it available for download afterwards. It just, you know, watch the series first, that's all I'm saying. The Witch Hut was neat and quirky with the feet at the bottom. Yeah, that was my favourite thing about it. Like, as soon as I thought, I wrote down Witch Hut on my, like, long list of stuff that I want to build. I can actually show you guys that list. I can bring it up on my laptop here, and you can see how long the list is of stuff that I've already got written down. I could read out some of them if you like. Let's see, One Chunk Build. There we go. So, let's see. We can strike through that one because I've done it. Okay, so I have this list right here. And, like, these ones down here, these ones at the bottom half of the table are the ones I've done, and all of these are existing ideas, and I haven't even updated this list for a while. So right now it says, like, tavern, stable, blacksmith, watermill, mine, church, like, diner, gas station, factory, all of the stuff like that. Like, there's tons of ideas that I already have, and people who have been submitting ideas in the comments, which is great, and I absolutely encourage you to continue doing that. But bear in mind that I've probably thought of some of them already, because especially some of the kind of more obvious ones, like, you know, can you make a suburban house? Yes, of course I can make a suburban house. I plan to. It's just choosing, like, the right time to do some of those builds, and sometimes you just have to get the right kind of inspiration to work on a build, you know? like the witch hut just kind of came to me in a flash of inspiration with the legs. But as soon as I wrote down witch hut on my list, I was like, it has to have chicken legs. Like, it's just going to be one of those things. So close to clearing out the rest of this now. I completely forget there's a bit behind Nessie as well, but how much longer is the stream going to be? Probably, I don't know, maybe another hour? Maybe a little more? All depends, really. Like, I have some other stuff I need to get done today, but it's not super urgent just yet, so we will see. Can I do a tall tower build? Yeah, I plan to do a skyscraper sometime soon as well. Like, the apartment block sort of started off as a skyscraper, but then I realised it was going to look better if it was just like a shorter building. I say shorter, it's still pretty tall. But yeah, I'm planning on doing like a skyscraper sort of office building style thing. I just need to get the right design for it, basically. Need to draft a couple of those until it turns out looking how I want it to look. Because there's always like a vague image in my head when I start off, and it's just whether or not I can make that image look as good in Minecraft as it does in my head, you know? That's the constant struggle. It's like, I have these ideas, but can I pull them off in Minecraft? I feel like recently the answer is usually yes to that, which is very nice. This is looking pretty cleared out now. Not sure what I'm going to do with those little kind of inlets and stuff over there. Like those. Oh, that's good tea. That's just the right temperature right now. I also really didn't want to light up Nessie too much with these torches, but, you know, we might have to, because, I mean, that Enderman spawned down here, so I feel like we're going to get a few monster spawns on here every now and again. But I think we're working probably within 23 blocks of it at most times, so all of the monsters are spawning on the shoreline. I really can't fit much more sand in these, you know. Yep, gonna have to go and dump that out somewhere. Don't need that bow though. How does this look now that we've had a few minutes away from it? It's looking pretty nice. Yeah, I do like that. Let's see what it looks like from certain angles. I feel like we do need a bit more rock kind of around here, though. Like, the jungles are actually not the worst culprit for having terrain just be flat next to the lakes, because they've got leaves and stuff around, so naturally they've got a little bit of overhanging foliage, but it just looks so much better if there's more varied terrain, you know? It's still basically just flat right next to the shore. Let's make some blue concrete. So I got all this lapis, and I have a ton of sand and gravel, obviously. Oh, that's lapis block. There we go. Blue concrete powder. Lovely. And some white concrete powder to finish off, and then that can all go in here. Because yeah, I'll need a ton of white concrete powder for some of the stuff I have in mind, but the blue is pretty good also. This is all wood, clay. I need to do something with all these mushroom blocks now, don't I? Dang it, my chat window just isn't refreshing properly. What is that about? It's like I look over to my right and suddenly there's 5 or 6 messages that aren't just showing up on this screen at all. Stuck on your Xbox waiting for your PC to install the new Windows update. Good luck. Have you ever thought of doing a collab with Smithers Boss? You could both do a stream and have a build contest. Who is Smithers Boss again? I think I saw their comment on one of my YouTube videos recently, but I've not seen any of their videos. Smithers Boss. Who are you? Oh, wow, okay. Oh, right, yeah, I've seen their, the 3x3 starter house and stuff. Cool. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll get in touch sometime. I'm not all that interested in competitive building so much, but it'd be cool to collab on something, maybe. Speaking of collabs, I've got some fun stuff lined up for you guys. I can't really talk about it just yet, because we haven't kind of officially announced it or anything, but, yeah, you guys will want to keep an eye on the channel around the end of August, beginning of September. That's all I'm going to say for now. That's your official sneak peek at the future of this channel. And it's looking pretty good. What do you do if you keep burning out in survival, Glacemaster asks. Well, set yourself challenges, really. Like, what kind of stuff do you like doing in survival? That'd be my first question. Like, are you an explorer? Are you a builder? Do you like doing redstone? Do you just like fighting stuff? What do you like doing? Because that's how you start finding new stuff to do in survival, is just focus on what you like doing. Hype for the end of August. Heck yes. I'm hyped for the end of August because it means I might be living in a new house by that point, but, you know, we can but hope. Alright, Nessie, let's get you dug out from this sandbar you seem to have found yourself on. Nessie? The trees look great. Just kind of hanging out in the middle of the water. Yeah, I'm planning on doing something with those later. How funny would it be if there was like a zombie down here or something? Yeah, we need to get all of the water filled back in and stuff, but my problem is I build Nessie before I build the structure of the lake, so have to come down here. Although it's a little bit easier to work when you've got all of these air pockets and stuff you can walk through. It means you don't have to come back up to the surface all the time. What is the best enchant combination for armor? In my opinion, protection for unbreaking, mending, and whatever extra stuff that you can get on there, like depth strider, feather falling, that kind of thing. Because yeah, protection protects you against everything, whereas, you know, projectile protection might be good against skeletons, but isn't good against creepers and so forth. So protection being like the all-round thing, it's not going to protect you as much, but it's still going to be very useful. Does this imply Loch Ness is safe to drink from? I wouldn't go that far. I feel like the, you know, Environmental Protection Agency might have something to say about that one. Is that a ghost block? No, it's not. It's just an air pocket. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this Terraria series does. Because Terraria itself has a big community. Like, you look at Python's videos, he gets more views on his Terraria than he does on his Minecraft. I mean, maybe that's because he was really committed to making Terraria videos for a good long while. But I'm kind of interested to see if the Terraria videos get a little bit more popular now I have a larger audience. There's a cap for protection. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, it makes sense that way. What am I building? I am digging out this lake because I have this big old dinosaur robot thing in the middle of this lake, and I kind of want to make the lake look a little bit more natural. And I want to make sure the dinosaur isn't just like resting on the mud. Because it should be able to like freely swim around. I mean, it's not going to, but it should look like it's able to freely swim around. And right now, like, the flippers are stuck over here, and, you know, that could be part of it as well. It could be like, you know, its flipper got stuck, and now it's not able to filter the water properly or something. But yeah, the idea is that it can at least move. Like, it gives the impression that it could move. Just subscribe because you realise you weren't. Well, thank you very much for that. Welcome to the Pixels. You are 1 in a million. I did have subscriber notifications turned on, like a little noise would like come up and like a thing would pop up and stuff. But I turned that on at the start of the stream, and people subscribe to me quite regularly now. Like, I'm gaining them at a rate of probably 1 every few minutes. And the noise was just going off and going off and going off. And, you know, this is a really dumb thing to complain about. But I was like, I don't want that during my stream, because I want to be able to talk to people. Could I build a way into the lake like how Nessie got in? I'm thinking airdrop. No, I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to figure out how that all works, because like if you look at a map of this area, a lot of the water is connected, but this lake is isolated. Like it ends over here somewhere, and it maybe kind of could connect to over here, but obviously jungles have a lot of rivers, and not all of those rivers run out to the sea. I think this one is close. But yeah, the river kind of runs off that way. And I don't think it's connected to a wide sea anywhere. And the cool thing about the preset that we've used for this iteration of Decidedly Vanilla for this world is that it really improves the way oceans feel. Like, you can actually get around most of the server by boat. Airdrop like on The Simpsons. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, plane kind of flies over and just... and then... splash. Big splash. Probably created this lake. But yeah, I have yet to outline the finer points of exactly how these robots are getting around. But, you know. Is there a parrot meeting? 2 parrots. He's like, excuse me. Do you mind? Get out of here. The other really nice thing about having a Silk Touch shovel, not just that you just get gravel and you don't have to worry about flint and stuff, but you also get full clay blocks when you dig out clay. Which makes them so much easier to carry around. How do I not get bored of my survival world? I constantly give myself something to do. That's it, like I'm always coming up with creative projects. I'm a builder, so there's always building to be done. Whereas obviously if you're an explorer, or if you're somebody who prefers like fighting stuff, then you're gonna run into limitations pretty fast. Like once you fought the dragon and the wither, there aren't really any challenges left as far as fighting stuff goes in this game. So you kind of have to figure out your own challenges. You have to move on to modded and fight some bosses in modded, like the Twilight Forest bosses or whatever. But in vanilla Minecraft, there is infinite potential for building. So that's what I end up doing. And if you are somebody who prefers the combat aspect, maybe challenge yourself to try something different. Sort of start making redstone farms and stuff. Follow a few tutorials until you get the hang of it, and then try and come up with your own designs if you can. That's the point at which you know you're more proficient with redstone, is that when you come up with a design without having to look it up. Like, I'm very good at following tutorials, but I have made so few, like, decent redstone devices in my quote-unquote career in Minecraft. I've done a couple that I'm pretty proud of, but I'm definitely not a redstone guy. Do I get bored of Minecraft after a while? You hate running out of building supplies. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, and that's where farms and stuff come in handy. But then projects like this, like what I'm doing right now, I'm clearing out this whole lake. I end up with a ton of dirt, a ton of gravel, probably a bit of stone here and there, a lot of clay. So yeah, it helps if you think of building as like a two-way process. So you're not just placing blocks in the world, but you're also taking them away. So if you need a ton of stone, like if you want to build a ton of stuff out of stone, dig a cave. And it helps if you have a a beacon, like a haste 2 beacon, so you can speed mine and some efficiency 5 tools and stuff. But yeah, like what a Wooga is doing right now on this server, he's digging out like a dwarven base, which means digging a massive cave in a mountain. And after that, he's going to have an absolute ton of stone, so he's going to be able to do whatever he wants with that stone. And that's the way to go about it. If you're not sure how to, you know, stock up on resources, then like build something in a mesa that requires you to dig out the side of a mesa, and then suddenly you'll have a ton of stained clay, or, you know, terracotta, whatever it's called now. Could I do a tutorial on how to use replay mod? I could do that. I guess I could do that, but then it's one of those situations where, you know, a magician never reveals his secrets. You know, I don't want absolutely everybody to be able to instantly copy what I do. But then again, I am making build tutorials for people, so they're copying what I build. It's an interesting interesting discussion about like tutorial makers and YouTube stuff, and like how far do you go before you're basically telling people how to do your job? You're kind of like pricing yourself out of the market, you know? Is there a way to join this server? If you are a content creator, if you make good quality, consistent content, and if you're an active member of the server community, then we might consider you. But this is an invite-only server, it's not like a public server, and everybody on this server is a YouTube person, so they're going to be making videos and stuff like that. Generally speaking, we ask people to commit to making at least one video every week. And obviously there are circumstances in which people can't make videos, at which point we understand, but it's one of those things where if you can't make videos regularly, or you don't want to make videos regularly, then there isn't necessarily a place for you on the server. So fascinating, look at the bottom corner of the screen. Yeah, I like having subtitles on now. At first I was kind of like, why would I do that? Because, you know, obviously it makes a lot of sense for people who are hard of hearing, but I am not. And then just having it there is kind of useful. It's also really useful in caving, because then you can hear where lava is and you can hear where bats are, so inevitably you end up like using it to detect when an open cave is nearby when you're just like strip mining or whatever, you know? When you're staircasing down to find stuff, you're like, oh, a bat just took off nearby. That must mean there's a cave. And then you just try and dig to it that way. I do kind of wonder if it would be considered cheating to use subtitles in a UHC, but I guess you'd agree that beforehand. I feel like this bush needs to go. Boop. Right. That's going to despawn. I figure we'll build up a rock formation over here so that we have a little bit of closure for this area. So I'll put a couple of stone blocks here to remind me that this is what we're doing with this area. Yeah, just so the lake doesn't get out of control, because then I'll end up terraforming this and it'll go all the way through to that, and then there's just all these interconnected little things. How often do I upload decidedly vanilla? At least once a week. That is the idea. In practice, it turns out, you know, once a week or once every couple of days, depending on how excited I am for stuff happening on the server. But I try and pace myself a little bit. That's one thing I'm really bad at when it comes to actual YouTube stuff, is pacing myself, is not getting super excited about the content I've just made and wanting to release it immediately, you know? Like, as soon as I've made a tutorial, I'm always like, right, I need to show people this now. And there's almost like a sense of, if I don't put this out now, then somebody else is going to do it first. And that is a trap that you get into very easily with YouTube stuff. It's like, you instantly want to release everything that you've done. It's like, there are some days also where I want to live stream on like a weekend. But then if I've just had a tutorial video come out, I worry that live streaming on the same day and live streaming from my YouTube channel is going to distract people from what I actually want them to do, which is going and watching my tutorial video. So it's a double-edged sword. It's kind of interesting how that works out. You can't find Optifine for 112. Oh, hello. Oh, the sky has the rumblies. This is going to be interesting. As long as it doesn't strike my villagers over there, because then they're all going to turn into witches. That would suck. Oh, it was right over there. Alright, be on the lookout for charged creepers, guys. Because I want me some mob heads. I was actually thinking about making a charged creeper farm on this server, because Cubvan's tutorial for it is actually pretty easy to follow. It's a lot of work, but it's still pretty easy. There's a zombie. Yeah, I might sleep the night away, if only because I don't want to have to deal with a thunderstorm right now. I'm slightly worried for my villagers. I don't want them to turn into witches. Super wee dude. Yeah, that's the problem with watching Minecraft and playing Minecraft at the same time. Like, I'll have like Hermitcraft videos or other videos on in the background while I'm playing, and I'll think that any zombie noises I hear are like it's me, or like a creeper explosion happens in their video and I think it's something that's just crept up on me. Or I get complacent and I think that the creeper noise I just heard was in the video, and then it turns out it's in my world and I get blown up. That is the worst case scenario. Playing in creative so you've got weather off, that probably makes the most sense. Get wrecked. Need to release a video just created is a problem for you as well. Yeah, I think it's probably every content creator has that problem at some point. Also, my bed always does this, and I don't know why, but it seems to work, so... Do-do-do-do. Soon we're going to be getting to the point where we can actually do something about the bottom of this lake. Like actually start terraforming it, like over here. There's a face, hello! Didn't spot you in the chat before, welcome along. Good to see you. You get excited about what you've created, that is entirely true. Oh my gosh, a skeleton horse! Skeleton horse trap. I didn't realise these guys could exist, like, outside of biomes that normally spawn horses. Boom! And now they're like, what do we do here? The horses just kick them off. That's brilliant. Get wrecked. Nice. That's that taken care of. Hello, friends. You guys gonna hang out with the water horse? Nessie. You're sick, so you're home from work early. Plus side, catching the stream. Sorry to hear you're sick. Hope you feel better soon. But yeah, live streams are... I really wish live streams had been a thing when I was younger and I got sick more regularly. Like, I don't really get sick all that much anymore. Like, I'll maybe get a bit of a headache or something, but that's it. But, yeah, live streams are going to be a great thing to have around when you're not feeling too well. Especially if you hang out with streamers who are, like, really warm and supportive, and they're like, oh, I hope you're okay. The streaming community in general is just generally nice, you know, they look after people. What other YouTubers play this server? Look in my channel page, and there's like a list of people down the side, which is basically everybody who's currently active on the server. Nashcrafter is on here, ZloyXP is on here. We have Oviraptor, we have Kane83, Page of Maces, Core, who just logged out a little while ago, Thumper, Pepsi Clutch, those guys. The Cirque is on here as well. There's a bunch of us, decent bunch of us. We've got a ton of good builders as well. BJW is on here also, although he hasn't been active on the server for a little while, he hasn't really had time, but he's a working man, so... Have the immune system of a 90-year-old. Some 90-year-olds are probably healthier. That's entirely possible. I've definitely met some very robust 90-year-olds. My granddad lived to be 95, so I'm hoping I got some genetics from him. Maybe call them over and help them clear the lake out. Well, yeah, I'm mostly done now, that's the thing. And I like solo projects when they're stuff like this, and I get to see them on stream. So many skeleton horses, oh my gosh. Just gonna wait for the skeletons to kill each other. Seriously, they just... they were so keen on killing each other and that horse got between them. You won that lottery, well done. So many bones, so many arrows. But yeah, like, I don't think anybody else is around right now, which is why they're not on the server. We had Cora and Nash on here before, but they're busy with their own projects, and I like being able to stream this stuff and talk to you guys. It's okay doing it solo. I do have a couple of collabs planned with people though, so that will happen sooner or later. Check that the villagers are okay. Respiration 1 iron helmet. Nah, don't need that. Get out. Yeah, my granddad was in World War II. He was responsible for radioing instructions to the front lines in World War II. In fact, there is even one of like, not quite like the family heirlooms, you know, but one of the objects that is still around from my grandfather's time in World War II was he went to a field hospital because a shell went off near him and he got a piece of shrapnel embedded in his buttocks. We still have it. We still have the shrapnel that they extracted from my granddad's butt. And like my grandma had written a note about it and stuff, and yeah, it's the closest he got to seeing action and, you know, some actual injury. But that is crazy to me, to think that for a start that object still exists, but also that my granddad was able to survive an event like that killed so many people. You know, it's nuts, and obviously I'm very grateful that he survived, because he was a lovely dude and I was very happy to know him for the time he was around. But yeah, like, having lived for 95 years, you've seen a lot. He was using computers and everything by the end of it. Like, he had a computer set up in his bedroom that he would occasionally send us emails and stuff, you know. He's a good bloke. Ouch, shrapnel in buttocks. Yes! Yeah, that's not how you want to do things. So now we have 6 skeleton horses just in this lake for no apparent reason. But, you know, we'll keep them around for the moment. Pretty good looking lake now. I kind of want to do some more sculpting like this. Like over here I've actually sculpted this terrain a little bit, kind of had it flow downwards like that. I think I want to keep doing that. And obviously we'll have bits like these patches of soul sand here I'm going to keep, because they're just kind of a nice detail. Just have these occasional kind of pits and stuff. But the rest of this we kind of want to slope downwards a little bit. And the problem is it's going to eventually mean replacing a bunch of this stone. But this needs to slope downwards and not interfere with Nessie's fin. So maybe it needs to slope off a little less gradually, I don't know. You have an old world, you've been terraforming the walls that form between versions. Yeah, that's always really fun. My first base on the first decidedly vanilla server was at a chunk border. And yeah, there was a a crazy, like, extreme hills biome that was just on the border of, like, a plains. And I had a lot of fun doing stuff with that. I actually kept the wall there because I liked how it looked so much, and there was a zombie spawner embedded in it, so, like, all the mossy cobble was sticking out and stuff. It was a lot of fun, that base. I have very good memories of starting out my Minecraft YouTube career, essentially, on that base. The Democratic Republic of Mushroom. It's good times. Yeah, that's a pretty crazy thing, saying, like, my granddad essentially helped take down the Nazis, you know? Like, whenever you say stuff like that, it makes it sound like, you know, single-handedly or whatever, but he did a lot. He did an awful lot for us. Which is all pretty crazy when you think about it. Let's drop in some soul sand at the bottom of this lake under here. I think maybe we'll get to about here, and Nessie is more or less in the center of the lake, so I think maybe one layer down, we'll take all this stone out, we'll replace that with soul sand. This is where I could really do with the wand from Hermitcraft that, like, just replaces blocks, you know? It's essentially like having World Painter, or World Edit, which is a voxel sniper, stuff like that. Would be pretty useful if we had it, but alas, we don't. Get up in here into an air pocket, gulp down some air, start taking this stuff out. I also think there might be, like, caves and stuff under here somewhere, so that's a concern. I have done a couple of digging projects where I've dug down stuff like this, and yeah, there's been a cave and I've just, like, flooded out a bunch of stuff that I'd already explored and lit up. At least this is a fair way away from the zombie spawner, so I'm not going to wash away any of my redstone or anything. Do I use build edit on creative? Not really, no. Like, I tend to just design everything in creative by hand, but my projects are never very big. All of the one chunk builds and stuff, I always just end up building them by hand because there's no point in doing anything else, really, you know? Like, it's not big enough to require stuff like world edit. Trapped all the potion effect spiders in cages. That sounds awesome. I would love to do stuff like that. Like, on my last server, I started a museum on the last DV server, and obviously, like, it was a huge project because I basically wanted to obtain everything it was possible to obtain in Minecraft, including, like, trapping mobs and getting all the blocks, getting all the items, stuff like that, and then displaying them all. And I just burnt out on that project quite easily because it was so big and it meant building everything in one place. I would love to try and do that again, but I would need help. I think I would need help is the main thing. Like, I would love to do that on a server where everybody kind of could pitch in, you know? But then again, I'm quite a control freak when it comes to stuff like that, so finding a group of people who built the same way I built so that I could make sure everything looked the way I wanted it to look would be the problem. How long does it take to do a large-scale project? In survival, it can take weeks. And I don't tend to build big stuff in creative, typically, because it doesn't make for YouTube content. And the main reason I make anything in Minecraft, the main reason I do anything in Minecraft is because I want to put it on YouTube. Like this, for example. Exactly what we're doing now. But yeah, this place is really coming together. I'm liking it. I need to do more stuff like that as well, like have the soul sand banked up on the edge of the water. So I think I need to go and grab some more soul sand, and we'll do a bit more of that on the stream before we call it a day. Let's throw some dirt in here as well. Some of the stone and gravel we've picked up along the way. And obviously the bottom of this lake isn't all going to be soul sand. I've got the mushroom blocks and stuff as well, but this is a good start. Hello Shadow HD, welcome along. Yeah, if we get down to about here. We need to make the sides of this a little bit more organic. Kind of have the mud come out like so. This wall is getting a little bit too straight. Pop that down there. There we go. There we go. Trying to mine that out with a sword. Good job, Pix. Well done. Give me that stone. This is my problem. I hate like leaving floating blocks everywhere. So, yeah. Let's get that done. There we go. And that one there can go as well. Nice. Grab some air and keep at it. Christopher Johansson, welcome along. Great to have you on board. Hope you're having yourself a lovely Wednesday. Some kids yelling outside. Kids aren't back to school yet, so it's really weird hearing them outside on weekdays. They're around. And mushroom. Okay, we can potentially blend this in, like maybe over here. We can have a big patch of this stuff. Mix it in with coarse dirt and stuff. Give it a little bit more character. Favorite thing to do is make paths and stuff between your builds. Yeah, Oviraptor on the server does stuff like that as well. He really enjoys road building and infrastructure in general. Big fan of that stuff. There's a good word for you, infrastructure, you know. The stuff that allows you to get from A to B. Oh, I did actually start drowning then. I thought I had successfully gone through an air pocket, but I guess I didn't. Oops. The drowning noise is cool. Like, the burning noise really makes, like, it sets my teeth on edge a little bit. I'm like, oh god, I'm burning, ah. But I guess that's the point, is to kind of panic you and make you actually, you know, save yourself. But yeah, I think the drowning noise is actually pretty cool. Not that I want to hear it, because it means I'm drowning, but you guys know what I mean. Oh, that was a mushroom. Funny thing, you can't use the pick block key on mushroom blocks, despite the fact that you've got mushroom blocks in your inventory. Because it just comes up with the mushroom. That's so strange to me. Like, it treats mushroom blocks as different block states of mushrooms. Also, another fun thing about mushrooms, the individual brown mushrooms, like the actual plant, not the blocks, give off a light level of 1. So they actually faintly glow. There's some interesting info for you guys. I kind of wish they gave off a bit more light, if anything. It'd be kind of fun to have, like, little glowing lights that you could put around everywhere that were just little mushrooms here and there. Like tiny lamps. Aww. You have to go in a while because you're from the other side of the world. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. That is a valid reason to leave the stream. So many fun facts about mushrooms. I know. A font of knowledge. Did you guys know that the largest organic structure in the world, basically the largest organism in the world, is a mushroom? So yeah, there's just a little bit of extra texture in there, and you almost wouldn't notice it if you're just kind of glancing past, but just a little bit of extra something. Give this lake a bit more shape. And obviously, like, Nessie is going to be churning up the mud with the rotation of her flippers. So she's going to be moving the dirt and stuff around here a little bit, and the formation of the lake is going to be a little bit less streamlined at that point. Let's drop a bit more soul sand down here. Spans 25 square miles. Yeah, that is crazy. But yeah, that's the mycelium. That's like the layer of fungus underneath, like a forest somewhere, I think. And it's really cool. Even having a layer around the outer edge like that, you know? Like having this whole layer be soul sand would be kind of cool. Like the way you find gravel in the nether, you know? Where it's just like there's a layer of it just kind of poking out from the underside of... Let's try that, because that could look really good. You know what? That's actually a really neat looking feature. Let's go with that. Let's do that. I also need to swap back to my Fortune 3 shovel that I'm trying to break, because who wants a Fortune 3 shovel? Like, what could you possibly do with that? Sucks. Started looking closer at the bottom right and you saw a bat take off. Yeah, there must be some caves underneath this lake for sure. Like, if I went into spectator mode, I'm sure I would see a ton of lakes down there. Not lakes, caves. What am I talking about? Caves under the lake. But yeah, having it kind of poke out like that, and then maybe having a little thing of dirt sort of over the top, like so. Like that. Yeah. Now that's some terraforming. I like it. I like it a lot. That's really cool. Having this little kind of layer. And it kind of recedes and then goes back out. Cool beans. Thank you for the donation, Ben. 888 in Australian dollars. How did we get here? How did we get here indeed? I do need to get back to that at some point. I still have the world. I could still do it. It just got to the point where everything that was left was theoretically very possible, and it just involved a lot of grinding. You had to fight the wither and stuff. We could potentially return to that at some point, and you know what, I might. But the thing is, like, the reason I stopped doing those was because Decidedly Vanilla started up again, and I was really excited to get cracking with some more on this server, and the streams were just holding up video production. Whereas this one in particular is helping video production, you know? So obviously, while I want to keep doing those streams in future. Hello, get out of here. I want to keep doing those streams in future, but right now I have other priorities. But I'm sure you guys know. Thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate it. Thank you for helping out. And you guys, if you're not aware, this is a decent time to bring it up, I guess. This stream is Super Chat enabled, so if you guys feel like leaving a tip and donating to support my channel, you can do so by clicking the $sign underneath the chat and donating. I think there's a few different ways you can do it, like PayPal and so forth. Donations are never required, of course. The streams will always be free, but you know, a little extra, little something means that maybe I'll be able to stream a tad more often on occasion. If you can't donate, that's no problem. I completely understand. You guys might also be interested in my Patreon page, where I've got rewards for anybody who can help to support my channel regularly. Rewards come out on like a monthly basis. And I have my own Minecraft server that I run for my patrons who donate over a certain amount, so if you guys are looking for a community to play on and you don't mind spending a little extra cash to help out a YouTuber trying to make his way, then I appreciate that. But as before, of course, never required. Always appreciated, but never required. Have I seen the new textures they're working on for Minecraft? I have. Very excited to see how it all fits together. Like, that's the thing right now, is that we've seen texture tests where they've juxtaposed the current textures alongside the new textures. And the thing I'm most interested in is how everything fits together, like what it looks like as a cohesive thing, like what these textures look like together in builds, rather than what they look like individually. If you just got like a tree stump, like boop, and everything around it looks like normal Minecraft, of course it's going to stand out, and of course it's going to look kind of strange. What I'm hoping is that once everything comes together, it will look like a more cohesive art style. I can tell they're working super hard on it, so it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. stream is lagging out right now. Yeah, I have a feeling it is. The main problem with that is it's because I'm doing so much work underwater. It's doing a lot of work, like trying to interpret all of this. So maybe I'll go and sleep and make it daytime, run around a little bit and see if that fixes anything. You can always try refreshing your browser as well if you're having trouble with it, because that sometimes helps. I could always reset OBS, but I wasn't planning on streaming for a whole lot longer anyway. Although, we will see. I might take a short break and then come back. But it doesn't say I've dropped frames or anything, so hopefully everything should reset in a little while. Oh, there are monsters nearby. Let's go and kill them. That usually means there's something on the roof. Probably a creeper. Hello? Oh, it's a zombie. Hello, zombie. Get wrecked. What's that? Oh, that's another arrow. That's the arrow I just fired. Derps. The derps are real. Okay, let's see how this goes. We're back. We're back, we're back, we're back. Wave in the chat when you can see me. Stream resumed. It seems to think I'm back on the YouTube dashboard, so let's find out. Waves! Yay! Okay, cool. Right, I need to reset this window, so bear with me a second. Yeah, this chat just isn't catching up for some reason. Yep, there we go. There we go. Okay. Right, let's see how laggy this gets. Looking good, both audio and video. Wonderful. Wonderful, good to know. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't... YouTube seems to have problems processing my Minecraft streams sometimes because it doesn't get enough visual information. Like, it will tell me that the video quality is low. My encoding settings don't change. But occasionally it's just sending bad video data to YouTube or something, and that might be what causes the lag. Connect IT, thank you for joining us. Much appreciated. I don't know when the next stream is going to be, so I have no idea. but thank you for joining us. Keep an eye out for future streams coming to your subscription feed in the near future. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of that stuff, and have yourself a good day. It's back. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Yeah, anybody who's in the US or those kind of territories will probably find it is getting a little late for you guys. So likewise, people in Australia and New Zealand, I imagine, are probably getting a little bit tired right about now. Be like 11 o'clock where you are. (9 PM in Australia), perfect. There you go. That's prime time. I'm on prime time. (11 in New Zealand). There you go. There you go. So I guess not too bad, but still a little late on a school night, especially. Let's bring this out a little bit more with the soul sand. There we go. I don't want it to be too perfect, like I'm not aiming for circles or anything here, but I can probably reach this out a little bit more. Especially around here, I feel like this is curving away too far from that. Although if we slope it here, then maybe we can slope it further down towards Nessie. Like this. Something like that. Yeah, it's a little bit closer to what I want, I think. You'd like to visit Australia one day? Yeah, I kind of would too. It's just the length of the flight is kind of crazy. Like I feel like if I went to Australia, I'd probably have to go somewhere else first. I don't know where though. Can I comment on a video when the next stream is going to start? Comment on one of your videos. I mean, I could, but then I would have to do the same for everybody else. You know? Like, it's much easier if you just stay subscribed, and then if it's in your subscription feed, you'll see it. You can also follow me on Twitter, if you're on Twitter, because that's where I tend to mention that I'm streaming before I start, so usually a pretty good way of doing things. I also post like sneak peeks and stuff on Twitter as well, of stuff I'm working on, so usually a good place to go for all your Pixel news. Send me a letter when the stream is about to start. All right. Let's not make fun. It was a fair request, to be honest, and also, yeah, quite a sneaky way of getting somebody to go and watch and comment on your videos. But you know, we won't hold that against her. I'd love to start sending people letters. That'd be fun. I feel like written correspondence is so often overlooked now we have email. I mean, it's obviously, you know, to a certain extent, it's a waste of paper when you could just email somebody, but makes it special sometimes, you know? Like whenever it was my birthday or something, and if my grandparents ever sent me a present, my parents would always encourage me to respond in the form of a letter. Like they'd always be like, you know, write them a thank you letter, because that was just the kind of correspondence they appreciated, you know? So this has been a Grandad heavy stream so far. But with good reason. And yeah, I feel like sending letters is nice. It feels kind of more personal in a way. Although I try and put a bit of personality into my emails so that it's a little bit more bearable. That's looking nice now. I didn't think I was going to like it being this stratified, this organized, but I kind of do. We can get some coarse dirt. Do I still have any coarse dirt on me? No, I guess not. Okay. Dig some out of the chest over here. Paper card is so much nicer than the digital, or a Facebook. Facebook birthday messages are the worst. 6 AM in America, you have no job or no life. Well, that sounds like the perfect set of circumstances to be watching a live stream. Welcome along. Omega Gamer 5, great to have you on board. To be honest, I would wake up at 6 AM anyway. If I wasn't, like, still slightly recovering from the time difference from being in California, I'd be waking up at 6 to do stuff like this. Are you from Kazakhstan? Welcome along. Very cool. It's always amazing to see... Oh, excuse me. It's always amazing to see how diverse the audience gets for watching streams and stuff, so... Very cool to see people from a variety of nations. Got like Australians, Kazakhstanis... Tons of people. Kazakhs. Probably not Kazakhstanis. I never know quite what the preferred nomenclature is these days. People. We're all just people. Where is everyone from? I'm from Britain. Your turn. Release the message pigeons. I just saw that. That's great. Yeah, I'm going to notify everyone of my live streams by carrier pigeon from now on. It's going to take 6 months to get to you, which is probably, actually, how long it's going to take me to stream again. Unless I have more stuff like this to take care of. I actually have another project that's similar in scale to this, except I can't do it on camera right now because I'm trying to keep it a secret for a reveal in a future video. Not that I really need to or anything, and it's probably not going to be that interesting. It's going to be one of those things people just go, huh, and then that's it, you know, that's all of the reaction I'll get, but it's still going to be kind of fun revealing it that way. I'm from the Netherlands, like your country. Been there a couple of times, went to Amsterdam for my 5th anniversary, had a lovely time. I enjoy the amount of cycling that takes place in the Netherlands, like Amsterdam, everyone was cycling everywhere. It was so cool. We want to take my father-in-law there at some point because he is really into his road bikes. We watched some of the Tour de France while we were out in the US. Just like hanging out with him watching that, and yeah, it was a good time. He's going to be very upset that Contador is retiring. Any cycling fans in the house? If not, then I'll stop talking about it, but... I'm looking forward to getting back on my bike at some point. Probably when we move and we have some new places to explore. So I'm going to dig out this bit because it's underneath the flipper. What's this crazy jazz that's going on in the background? I want to change this. Okay, let's go back to the beginning of this playlist. I feel like this playlist is long enough that we don't have to repeat songs too much now, which is nice. I'm going to refresh my chat because the freaking thing is running out again. Yeah, it keeps telling me video output low on YouTube, so I'm sorry if the stream starts lagging for you guys. I think it is probably just because I'm underwater so much. And there's like so few colours, you know? Oh, I love the... New Zealand. I love the Reddit that's like maps that don't include New Zealand or whatever. Or like... I'm pretty sure there's like a database of them somewhere, but I see them on Reddit most frequently, and it's funny and slightly sad at the same time. I know it's kind of like an in-joke for people right now, but... It really is a shame. Song reminds you of The Division. Yeah, I use a lot of the Division music just in my regular videos now. I always thought of the Division series as like a testing ground for stuff I wanted to do with my main vanilla series, you know? Like testing out build styles, video styles, all that kind of stuff, and that's why you're finding me putting more replay mod time lapses into my vanilla videos now and that kind of thing. Just nice to have a kind of litmus test for how those things went across. I had a lot of fun on that server, and it's the kind of thing I would absolutely go back to doing were it not for the fact that I'm doing so much big stuff on vanilla right now, and the main reason I wanted to play on that server so much was because it was so active during those early days when it was a fresh new server and everyone was playing on it. And now people have kind of split off and gotten into their own individual projects. And I think there are still some people who want to play and stream on the server and stuff, and that lightly modded pack kind of thing is their jam. Speaking of lightly modded, stay tuned to this channel later on in August. End of August, beginning of September, just saying. Just going to keep dropping hints until everyone's like, what is it? And then, you know, you watch, it'll just not happen or something. The replay mod stuff is why you subscribe. That's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, I do enjoy putting that stuff together. And obviously, like, it's a big part of the tutorials that I do and everything. Does mean the videos take a little while longer to edit and stuff, but I'm getting pretty good at, you know, rattling them off now, you know? That's looking good. I like that. I like that. We need to put in some plant life. We need some sugarcane and stuff. Always amazes me that you can place sugarcane underwater, but I guess why couldn't you? You know. It's one of the few things you can place underwater, and because you're placing it, you can also make it whatever height you want to make it. So once I'm able to actually farm sugarcane, I can have some pretty tall ones up there. What is my PC build? My PC specs are in the About section on my channel page, so you can go and check those out there. I don't know them off the top of my head, because they're nothing special, really. Like, it's a pretty average i3 processor, Radeon RX 270, I think, graphics card. Or maybe it's the R9 270, something like that. Yeah, I don't have, like, incredible gear, which is why my videos are still all 720p, 30 frames per second, except for the tutorials, because I can render those at any resolution or frame rate that I like. So I put those out at 60 frames, because sometimes people care about that stuff. Personally, I don't. I mean, as long as it's 30 frames per second, it looks like a smooth moving image, then I'll watch it. But like, some people just love their 60 frame stuff now, so gotta be aware of that audience. So nice to get started on actually putting the plant life down here. Makes it more visually interesting when you look down on it as well, because the air bubble stuff. I don't know why, it doesn't bother me nearly as much around plant life as it does around like stair blocks and slabs and things. It's totally plausible that this stuff just has this box of air around it, I'm sure. Could even put a couple of little blocks and stuff around here, and maybe one there instead of there, so they don't look like they're in a line. And boop, and boop, boop. Get the kind of taller ones on these. Nessie's about to like chop that one in half. That's pretty cool. We'll get some leaves in there and it'll look proper good. You can't record due to CPU overuse. I don't know. I'm not really particularly good at the technical side of stuff. It may be your bitrate is too high or something. I don't know. What are you using to record? OBS? Because I could maybe help if it was OBS, but I'm not like the kind of person who can really help you troubleshoot technical stuff that much, so don't know how much help I could be, really. Do I have any more dark oak? I don't think I do. Need to go and shear that tree. Where did I put my shears? Maybe I need to make some new ones. We'll figure that out in a minute. LJ Lens, welcome to the stream. Great to have you on board. How are you? Hope you're having a lovely day. When am I going to build this proper storage room? Probably in the next episode, once I recap the stuff that we've done here. The problem is I don't really know where to build it, because I don't have like a house out here, and aside from the temple and the shipwreck, I don't know if I want to build a house. Because, like, I want there to be little settlements and stuff in the jungle. Like, I want there to be signs of life and villagers and stuff being around. But I don't want to just build a bog-standard house, you know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see how we resolve that problem. Not there. I want that to be, like, here. Like so. We have little kind of like, almost like seaweed coming up here. Like that. Yay, plant life! Doesn't that already look like it's got so much more life in it? Obviously when you step back a little further it's not much, but... jungle leaves are good for this stuff as well, nice and thick. With as many seeds as you like. Doing pretty well, how am I? I'm good, I'm really good. Getting a lot done on DV today, which is nice. Like, this whole lake is stuff that we've dug all of the sand and clay and gravel and stuff out of. There's still a little bit hanging out over here, but there's some other stuff going on. By the way, I have 3 villagers in here. I don't think I really, like, acknowledged this at the time, but I have some villagers in here that we cured while I was building Nessie. Yeah, Paige and Core came to babysit them while I went and got the stuff to cure them. And I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I don't have a farmer, so, like, actually starting an infinite villager breeder is going to be difficult. But I do kind of want villagers to be around in the jungle here and there. Like, I don't necessarily want to have a breeder or, like, a trading hall. I want them to just be hanging out, as it were. Dang it, I just broke the sugarcane. Did not mean to do that. Oh, it's a jungle sapling. Precious resources. Let's throw out the stone and the cobblestone walls and grab these. Thank you. This is looking good. I'm liking it. Chests with storage spread throughout my base because you need to build a storage room. That's the only thing you're going to see in the base. Yeah, I guess so. But it's useful to have, you know, because then you remember where everything is. Yeah, like I'm waiting to see if any interesting ideas present themselves for the storage room thing. I'm not sweating about it just yet. Bippytron, hello, welcome to the stream. A good morning from the USA. Good morning to you. Hope you're having yourself a lovely day. It's good morning in the USA. It's probably like 7 AM East Coast. It's pretty early. Oh, this is beautiful. I like it a lot. Let's not have that just there. Let's have it there. There we go. Space it out a little bit. Also, I want to get some more dark oak in there because the dark oak leaves work really well for these little gaps at the bottom down here. Like, for example, stuff like that, where it's just like embedded in the floor, in amongst the soul sand. That's right, I said amongst. I also say whilst, which would confuse B-dubs, but Iscal says whilst, and he's like, why do you say whilst? What is whilst? It's not even a word. It's a word, B-dubs, it's a word. Throwing down some beef right here. 6 AM for you. Ah, there you go, yes. I am very well, thank you for asking. Doing a little bit of casual terraforming on the DV server. Laying down a bit of soul sand. Yeah, that can connect to this bit over here as well, so that's probably quite a good place for it. And come up for air. Hello, squids. The resource pack I'm using is Lively Default. That's where the sky comes from. The sky is also available as part of the Halcyon Days texture pack. I believe that's where they got it from. The leaves and stuff are from B00-100's texture pack. That's where I get the dark oak and acacia leaves from, because I think they deserve to have their own leaves in vanilla default, and normally they do not. Is the rain killing my frame rate? Is it killing the video compression? Probably a little bit. Was I born in the UK or the US? I was born in the UK. Lived in the UK all my life, apart from 1 year I lived in California. But that was because my dad, at the time, worked for Philips Electronics, and he had a job that took him out there to their Silicon Valley plant. So I lived there for a year when I was 11, maybe 12. But yeah, I was not born in the US. I do not have US citizenship or anything. Stream's been fine since we restarted. Good, yeah, it's probably just because it was running for 2 hours. Every now and then things start to freeze up and slow down and that kind of thing. Does anybody watch Riverdale? No. Just like... Nobody watched it. No, I've heard good things about Riverdale. I've not actually watched it myself, though. Still a better love story than Twilight. The memes! The memes have arrived! What can I throw out of here? Not much, actually. I kind of want to keep most of this. Just worried that I don't have any room to collect the leaves. Inventory is just perpetually full on DV right now. Might go and drop this off. Make another chest or two here and there. Just make a junk chest. Total amount of hours I've spent playing Minecraft. It numbers in the thousands. I'm fairly certain it's over thousands. I couldn't tell you for sure. Like I can't even fathom that number. It's a big number. That's all I know is it's a big number. Alright, let's put the mushroom blocks in here. Let's throw the dirt in there, throw the sand in there. Gravel. Coarse dirt will keep on us. Grab a bit more soul sand in a minute. And odd things like this. You know what, let's keep the arrows, I don't need them. The mushrooms can go in there too. Keep the water bucket. Leaves, and I guess we need the food, don't we? Alright, let's go shear a tree. Hera 404, number 2 big. Yes. Yes, that's pretty accurate. Probably 404 is close to the number of hours I've played in the last, 6 months. Like, I put more time into this game than I put into most other things in my life now, I think. Except maybe sleeping. It's really crazy to think that you spend a third of your life sleeping. It's almost kind of upsetting when you put it that way as well. It's like, I want to be doing other stuff with my life. I feel like that's why I get up so early. Yeah, like the next highest number of hours I've spent in a game that I actually know because I've got the statistics for it on Steam is Stardew Valley. I think I played like 230 something hours of Stardew Valley in total, and compared to Minecraft, that is nothing. Like, I've not been playing Stardew Valley for that long, and I don't play it that often. I wonder if there is a way somehow of finding out how many hours you've logged on your Minecraft account, like your Minecraft.net account. Think of how productive I'd be on DV if I could sleep instead of, or if I could play instead of sleep. Yeah, I would be a powerhouse. But then so would everybody else. And yeah, I've only been playing Minecraft since 2014. Like when I started playing the PC edition, it was the 1.8 update, the bountiful update, when granite and diorite and stuff got added, and banners and rabbits and stuff. So there's a lot of people out there who've been playing Minecraft a lot longer than I have. Even people who are way younger than me as well. Like, I'm 30. I feel like people have been playing Minecraft for a lot longer than I have at age, 11. Because they've been playing since they were about 3. Minecraft and The Sims 4. That's a solid combination. I feel like you don't get as much personal interaction out of Minecraft as you might with The Sims. Yeah, that's looking better. That's looking good. There may be a couple of little kind of bushes down here. We're not quite out of dark oak leaves yet. I thought we were for a second, but we'll put in a couple of things like this. Some nice waterborne shrubs. The best thing about putting them in the bottom here like this is that they don't create that air bubble effect, which is nice. 2,000 hours on Geometry Dash. Wow. That's commitment right there. Have you, like, beaten all the levels and stuff? Because I saw B-dubs play Geometry Dash, and that did not look like a game that was very easy to complete. If you 100% that. Kudos. Mad respect. Minecraft's a game that transcends time and age. It is. That's true. That's why I don't feel weird playing it at age 30. Okay, this is all starting to look pretty much how I want it. And that's a good thing. Really wish it wasn't raining though, so there we go. Just want to take a look at this when it's not raining, and yeah, that's good. That's good. It probably needs a little bit more textural variation. I still really wish that you could place concrete powder without it turning underwater, because having some brown concrete powder in there would be really nice. I think I need to do a little bit more stuff around here, and maybe just have like odd bits like this, Yeah, maybe like that. Maybe like that. We'll pop the odd block around it here and there just to make it, give it a little bit more depth. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, yeah, we will call it there and continue that another time, I think. We've been streaming for nearly 3 hours now, so I reckon that's probably going to do it for today. I need to go get myself something to eat. Get myself some brunch. And that's going to be nice. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and joining me. It's been a pleasure, and hopefully you'll be able to get more streams done in future, but obviously I have other video production stuff to take care of, and episodes and stuff need to be coming out, but keep an eye on things. That's going to be it for now. Always a pleasure. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, I need to stretch. Oh, I need to stretch so badly. Alright, take care folks. My name's been Pixel Riffs. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye for now.